It's week 2 of season 4 of 2025 for the Indycar Oval Fixed Series, and now we're going to a new track for the first time in a long time, Darlington, South Carolina, the track Too Tough to Tame. This track has about 2 usable grooves, is fast, and will eat up your right rear tire. Make sure to avoid the transition on your outlaps, and when your right rear gets hot, otherwise you will certainly spin and crash. This guide, as well as future guides, are brought to you by Advanced GG, the supplement company for which you can get energy, hydration, and focus products at my referral link in the video. For qualifying, what I find to work is a 5 front bar with a 2 rear bar, as well as some slight negative weight jacker. Something like -10 to -12 to just help the car sit in the corners and not snap on exit. Hold a steady line and let the car roll through the first lap before it comes to you on the white flag lap. The white flag lap will be your go lap. Hold the wheel as steady as you can and do not put your left sides below the white dotted line. Get as close to the white dotted line as you can as possible for your white flag lap, and prioritize getting a good exit out of both turn 2 and turn 4. Watch here as I execute my white flag lap. From the wall to the line here in 1, holding the bottom or the middle bottom. A little squirrely there at the exit of turn 2 because I have 0 weight jacker instead of -5 to -10. And a little squirrely off of 4 and across the line in a 22.113. Fast cars might be running flats or 0.9s, but you should find that to work. When running in traffic, try to offset yourself from the car in front of you in turn 4 especially. They'll want to run the middle or the high line. Try to get as close as you can to the bottom. Note here, I'm running -15 weight jacker. I would recommend that you run -15 weight jacker all race long, or at least -10. Otherwise, your right rear will overheat and you will spin off of turn 2. The best place to make a pass is coming off of turn 2 and putting yourself in position on the low side into turns 3 and 4. Here, as I pass my friend Casey, he exclaims, "We did it," because we had been trying to set up a pass, and that was the first successful one. We got to work. Here you can see a 3-car battle between myself, Tanner Richards, and Jason Brophy, all of which are very highly rated, and we had some fun with each other, and take a look at how these laps worked out. Offsetting in each corner, and trying to build a run down the back straightaway off of turn 2 was the most common way to make a pass. Here you see Tanner passing me the same way I passed Casey, and Jason lifting to get to the bottom to make sure he gets clean air to his wing planes. The leader is probably going to be incentivized to snake down the front straightaway and the back straightaway to avoid the rear cars gaining a big advantage from the draft, but be careful not to snake too soon or too far, as it does get bumpy, especially on corner entry. The entry of turn 3 and turn 1 can be taken with your left sides on the apron, or if you commit fully to the apron in turn 1, but just be careful because it will slow you down in the middle of the corner. Also be very careful on corner exits, as the car will want to push out into the wall. Here Brophy gets around me in 1 and 2 in a daring maneuver, and I give him just enough room to squeak by on the inside. We'll transition back to my view as I'm now the 4th car in line, as Brophy continues trying to demolish the wall on the corner exits. That's kind of the price you pay for keeping the right rear alive with negative weight jacker, is that you're going to want to push on exit. So just make sure to back those up so you don't smash into the retaining wall, and keep your right side pod functional. Brophy does a slide job and clears himself in front of Tanner there, and I'm going to try to build a big run to pass them both. Here you can see I've dialed a little bit of the weight jacker out just to rotate a little better in the dirty air. We're going to split Tequila here 3 wide on the back straightaway. And there's plenty of room to make a move, especially into the turn 3 entrance. You can see the bottom line is generally better. This is what I'm talking about, being careful on exit. If you overheat the right rear tire, you could see Jason step out. If you step out too much and don't save it, you're going to end up crashing like the Chili's car did off of the exit of turn 4 or of turn 2. Tanner again going to the bottom to avoid the slipstring becoming too strong. I'm going to get a big run here, put my right side pod up on the wall, crank the wheel, keep it straight because of the -20 weight jacker I have in the car right there. And I'm going to build a good run here on the leaders, and I'm going to try to pass them both 3 wide. The inside of Brophy, not enough momentum, lift, and they pull away on the outside. But the clean air lets me rotate through the corner just fine. And don't be afraid of that -20 weight checker. It'll help you keep the right rear on the car. Brophy and Tanner now side by side. They're going to get stacked up on exit. I hit the apron, almost die, and save the car. Don't do that. Don't touch the apron. The apron is lava. Push there in the middle of the corner. That's where the negative weight checker was too much because I didn't lift enough for the middle of the corner. I dialed it back to -12. A little bit later, I've moved the camera back to Tequila so you can see me make an idiot of myself trying to pass these two 3 wide. You'll see what happens if you enter on the banking transition. You just slide up and clear everybody out. So don't enter too low, or else you'll make a fool of yourself like I did here. However, it made for a cool thumbnail. So the tips basically, keep the right rear alive as long as you can. Lift so you can rotate through the corner landings and hit the apexes without smashing your right side against the safer barrier. And outlast everyone, because coming to pit road is a doozy. You'll see here I'm going to try to enter pit road. I failed my first time. You'll maybe see my black marks all over the racetrack, but you've got to call your pit out basically the lap before you're going to come, so that way everybody knows. Off of turn 2, you're going to brake on the backstretch, aim for the apron, bring the car all the way down to 100 miles an hour, and crawl down to the 45 mile an hour pit limit. It's very, very difficult. No one will get it right. And if you can pit, please pit under yellow. It's probably way better for you to do that anyway. Anyway, I know it's been a while since we had a track guide, but thank you so much for watching this week, and I hope to see you on track at Darlington.